with Tmux, did you know that every time you split a pane like this, or maybe you open up a new window there, you can see on the bottom, jumping between the two, that is going to start a login shell by default, meaning your shell's profile file is going to be executed every time you split a pane, no matter what direction, whatever it happens to be. And this could be problematic if you're doing some expensive operations in there. It could make your terminal shells open up a little bit slower. Also, maybe you're running something like native Linux, and inside of your profile file, you're starting your window manager, and you wouldn't want that to be loaded up every single time you open up a Tmux pane. Of course, you could defensively code against that with if conditions, which you probably should anyways. But yeah, in this video, we're going to go over how to configure Tmux not to start your login shell so that it doesn't execute that file every single time. Of course, your shell's RC file will be executed, which is good. But yeah, let's take here a look at the Tmux config file. By the way, my .files are up on GitHub. I'll leave a link to that one in the description. And this really comes down to just this one command here. So if you didn't have this defined here, then yeah, it's going to start a login shell by default. So in this case, we're just overriding the default command, and we're just going to tell it, just take our shell that we're currently using and just use that as the default command. We don't need to add something like -i here for interactive because Tmux is going to start a pseudo terminal by default and interactive mode will just be enabled. But yeah, let's go ahead and just echo out that shell variable so you can see what it is. In my case, I happen to be using Z shell. If you're using bash or fish or something else, you'll see a different path here. But yeah, this environment variable is dynamic, meaning it'll work with whatever shell that you have most likely. So let's demonstrate that this actually works here. So let me go ahead and just comment this out. And then I guess we can go to the profile that I have here. I already added a little echo statement here from the bottom so we can see from your profile. Let me actually just go to the RC file as well. And we'll just say another echo from the RC file, just so we can see that, both files are being executed here. You will need to reload your Tmux config here for those changes to have an effect. If you go back to the Tmux config file, I actually have that bound to leader key here with R for source file. But again, maybe we can just be fancy here and just do Tmux kill server, just to ensure that the config is being reloaded. So let's start up Tmux here, and you'll see that, from your profile and then from the RC file, you notice the ordering as well, right? Your profile is going to be loaded first, then the RC file as well. And if I open up another split pane here, you can see that's being executed. I'm going to open up a new window there. You can see it is being executed, and that's not what we want. We want the RC file to be loaded up, but not the profile. So let's go back to the Tmux config file. And then we'll just bring that bind back to where it was before. This new default command here. We'll quit. We'll also Tmux kill server. Well, detach first, why not? And then, yeah, from here we can just kill the server. And back to Tmux here, and you can see just from the RC file, that's exactly what we want here. We can split a pane, only that file is being loaded, create a new window, only that file is being loaded. So yeah, super quick hack here just to get rid of the login shell by default. I wouldn't necessarily call it a hack, but yeah, it's a command that you can tweak there for your Tmux config. So I actually have this up on my .files here. There's the commit with everything there if you want to go and check it out. With that said, yeah, let us know in the comments below if you've disabled the login shell behavior on Tmux. If you have any questions, I'll do my best to answer them in the comments below. If you liked the video, please give a thumbs up. It really does help a lot. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.